again a great greetings to you all students. I am here to discuss one of the next topic of this chapter, that is biological classification, which is prions, right? What these particles are? Yes, these are also a disease causing particle, which is not the virus, not the bacteria, not even viroids, right? These are next to these organisms. These prions are also acellular organism, that is non-cellular type of organism, because it also do not contain any type of cellular structure or cell organelle, right? These are only infectious protein particles. Even these organisms do not have any type of nucleic acid present inside their body, right? These are one of the infectious protein particle. These also causes various types of dangerous diseases. That is, these prions are very, very dangerous to the human, even to the animals, right? At one time, scientists believed that any infectious particle must contain DNA or RNA. Yes, the life is DNA or RNA. Yes, of course. The scientists also believe that the DNA or RNA must be present in any type of infectious organism. Then in 1982, Stanley Prusiner, a medical doctor studying scrapie, a fatal degenerative disease in sheep, discovered that the disease was caused by proteinaceous infectious particle. This doctor in 1982 discovered that the disease, that is which disease? Scrapie disease in sheep, is caused by proteinaceous infectious particle or prions. He called them prions, right? Made up of protein particles only. That's why they are called prions, right? Because proteins are acellular and do not contain DNA or RNA, Prusiner's findings were originally met with the resistance of skepticism, right? However, his research was eventually validated and he received the Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine in 1997 for the search of this particle, that is prions, right? In 1997, he got Nobel Prize. A prion is a misfolded form of a normal protein, right? It is a misfolded form of a normal protein found in the cell. Yes, prions are not coming from other side, but it is also present in our in the cell, which is getting misfolded. The prion proteins, which may be caused by a genetic mutation or occur spontaneously, can be infectious, stimulating other endogenous normal protein to become misfolded, forming plaques, right? This prion, which is caused by mutation in the gene which occurs in the organism inside the cell, normal cell get misfolded into the abnormal cell and also stimulates other cell to produce such misfoldings in the protein. These are very infectious to the organisms. Yes, these normal proteins become misfolded, forming plaques. Today, prions are known to cause various forms of transmissible spongiform encephalopathy in human and animals. That is, the disease is named as TSE, transmissible spongiform encephalopathy disease, which is caused by prions. Prions are actually misfolding of normal protein, right, which is already present in our cell, right? TSE is a rare degenerative disorder that affects the brain and nervous system. Yes, this disease causes disorder in the nervous system, right, and brain. Today, the accumulation of rogue proteins causes the brain tissue to become a sponge-like, killing brain cells and forming holes in the tissues. Yes, these are the symptoms of prion-caused diseases, right? TSE is a rare degenerative disorder that affects the brain and nervous system, right? This is a very dangerous infection which actually infects the brain and nervous system of the body. The accumulation of these proteins causes the brain tissue to become sponge-like, right? Sponge-like, fluffy. It becomes brain, which is a hard structure, but it becomes spongy after this protein, killing brain cells and forming hole in the tissue, right? Forming hole in the tissue, leading to brain damage, right? It causes holes inside the brain tissue and which causes brain damage, loss of motor coordination and dementia, right? Now we are knowing about prions. These prions are very dangerous to the human being or animal. It affects brain and nervous system, right? It causes the brain tissue to become a sponge-like, right? After sponge form, they make many holes inside the brain tissue and damages to the brain cells, right? It causes loss of motor coordination. Means what is our motor coordination? To walk or to ride a cycle or anything. That is the motor coordination get infected, right? And dementia. Actually, motor coordination is the neurons, types of neurons which are sensory neurons and motor neurons. Motor neurons takes information, sensory neurons take information and motor neurons accordingly work, right? तो यहाँ पे वही बता रहा है कि ये मोटर न्यूरॉन को भी डिस्टर्ब करते हैं, मोटर कोऑर्डिनेशन को भी डिस्टर्ब करते हैं. Infected individuals are mentally impaired and become unable to move or speak, right? मतलब कि ये हमारे बोलने के स्किल को भी गड़बड़ कर देते हैं और चलने के भी स्किल को गड़बड़ कर देते हैं. तो ये मेंटली इम्पेयर्ड कर देते हैं. ये प्रोटीन इतने डेंजरस होते हैं कि ये मेंटली इम्पेयर्ड कर देते हैं और जिससे कि बोलने और चलने की जो स्किल है वो भी चली जाती है, राइट? सो द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज देयर इज नो क्योर. अभी तक इनका कोई क्योर नहीं आया है एंड द डिजीज प्रोग्रेसेस रैपिडली इवेंचुअली लीडिंग टू डेथ विद इन अ फ्यू मंथ और ईयर्स. तो ये कभी भी ये म्यूटेशन हो सकता है और जिसकी वजह से ब्रेन डेथ हो सकती है, ब्रेन डैमेज हो सकता है, मोटर स्किल डैमेज हो सकते हैं, स्पीकिंग एंड वॉकिंग एबिलिटी को भी लॉस हो सकता है और इस तरह से ये डेथ को भी कॉज करते हैं. TSE इन ह्यूमन इंक्लूड कुरु, फैटल फैमिलियल इंसोम्निया, etc. Creutzfeldt Jakob disease. TSE in animal includes mad cow disease, scrapie and chronic wasting diseases in elk and deer. TSE can be transmitted between animals and from animals to human by eating contaminated meat or animal feed, right? तो ये contaminated meat से human being में भी आ सकते हैं और contaminated feed से यहाँ वहाँ भी जा सकते हैं. Transmission between human can occur through heredity. My God, these diseases can be transmitted by heredity also, or by contact with contaminated tissue, or might occur during a blood transfusion or organ transplant. तो ये prions इतने ज़्यादा डेंजरस होते हैं, ये जेनेटिकली भी ट्रांसफ़र हो सकते हैं, right? There is no evidence for transmission via causal contact with an infected person. तो अभी तक इन्फेक्टेड पर्सन से डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट का कोई अभी केस नहीं आया, तो ये डिजीज इतने ज़्यादा डेंजरस हो सकते हैं, जैसे कि कुरू डिजीज है वो तो इन्फेक्टेड मीट खाने से ही हो जाता है, राइट, बाय ईटिंग इन्फेक्टेड फिश, इन्फेक्टेड मीट ऑफ एनी ऑर्गेनिज्म कॉजेज Kuru disease, right? And mutation also is the major cause of prion. Prions are extremely difficult to destroy because they are resistant to heat, chemicals and radiation. Yes, they are resistant to chemicals, heat and radiation. They cannot be easily destructed. Even standard sterilization procedures do not ensure the destruction of these particles. तो ये पार्टिकल्स जो हैं वो इतने जल्दी डिस्ट्रक्ट नहीं होंगे और जो स्टरलाइजेशन प्रोसेस है उससे भी ये डिस्ट्रक्ट नहीं होंगे. करेंटली देयर इज नो ट्रीटमेंट और क्योर ऑफ TSE डिजीज एंड कंटामिनेटेड मीट्स और इन्फेक्टेड एनिमल्स मस्ट बी हैंडल्ड अकॉर्डिंग टू गाइडलाइंस, राइट. तो कंटामिनेटेड मीट की वजह से भी ये डिजीज काफ़ी ज़्यादा फैल जाते हैं. Prion disease comprise several conditions. A prion is a type of protein that can also trigger normal protein in the brain to fold abnormally. Yes, these prions attacks mainly to the brain protein, right? Prion diseases can affect both human and animals and are sometimes spread to human by infected meat products, right? तो इन्फेक्टेड मीट प्रोडक्ट से हम देख सकते हैं कि किस तरह से ये प्रियन फैलते हैं. द मोस्ट कॉमन फॉर्म ऑफ प्रियन डिजीज दैट अफेक्ट ह्यूमन इज क्रूजफेल्ड जैकोब डिजीज, राइट. प्रियन डिजीजेस आर रेयर. अबाउट 300 केसेस आर रिपोर्टेड ईच ईयर इन द US, राइट. तो ये डिजीज जो हैं वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा फैले हुए हैं और बहुत सारे टाइप्स के हैं, जैसे CZD लाइक क्रूजफेल्ड जैकोब डिजीज, और उसी के कई सारे टाइप्स हैं. तो स्टूडेंट आपको उतना ज़्यादा नहीं जानना है, बस थोड़ा सा जानना है प्रियॉन्स के बारे में कि दीज आर इन्फेक्शियस प्रोटीन. दे are abnormal folding of normal protein. They are caused by mutations. They are of different types like spongiform is encephalopathy, Kuru, and Creutzfeldt Jakob disease, and they attacks to the brain cells, brain tissue. They make hole inside the brain tissue and they disturbs the motor skill development of the brain, right? Now we are going to end this lecture with prion, and we have seen about lots of facts about the prions, right. These are enough for your boards and for your NEET, right. Till then, take care. Thank you.